All reactions are on Patreon, or if you want, you can pull up your copy of Revolutionary Girl Utena episode 28, Whispers in the Dark, and press play on it when I press play when the timer reaches 0. Every single thing that exists right now would remind me of Deltarune, as obsessed as I have re-become with anything to do with Undertale. But come on! Take my revolution! Revolution! This is all a fight over who gets to keep using the same hairstylist. They're gonna be dropping most of them. It's a battle. Ah. The school's construction company gonna be the focus of this episode. They work magnificently. I mean, that's not skill after a certain point. Like, pure exhaustion gets to you in that kind of sport, I'm pretty sure. Not speaking from experience, mind you. That's endurance right there. Okay. I'm supposed to be the only blue-haired person with skill. What is this? Eyes! We blinded each other! Why would we do this? Ah, the Worf effect. Gotta love it. Damn, douche. I wasn't convinced you were a teenager, but then again, that is how I would feel about virtual. Why is the logo lit like that? By the way, look at this. You see on the left under the W here, it appears to be the end of the K in dark. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. What kind of layering issues happened here? That is a peculiar problem that I have seen in Photoshop before, but I'd be a little surprised if a fully produced anime ran into the same issue with no one catching it. Has this been all of them? 1 second. Okay, so yeah, at least previous episode, this little bit of graphical error not present. That's the kind of thing that is just peculiar to me. I can't I'm guessing that on original airing this wasn't an issue, and somehow, some way, when preparing it for DVD release or something, is where this happened, but I can't imagine how. Right? Like, I don't have a guess as to technically how this happened. It is just a wild one. 332 and 321 go. That is weird. You know, I get that this is y'all theme song, but this song might have carried more weight if it happened when he was on screen. Well, ah! End of the world. Naname's like, I'm endless nerve. Yeah, end of the world could consider like getting in touch with any other school. If it has to be teenagers, like, granted, all these kids are pretty rich except for Utena, and Utena, we just don't really know the financial situation of. Well, I guess we technically don't know the financial situation of any of the other characters, but it's pretty heavily implied. Absolutely certain that Sayanji's financial situation is confusing, if nothing else. That is probably my biggest disappointment with this show is that Juri, despite being my favorite plot-wise of the student council, I have to say that because Nanami is my favorite in general, it appears to be the least important as far as actual story progression goes. And I feel like she could be carrying a lot more than she is. With Mickey only beating her out just by virtue of having had a lot to do with his sister. Surprisingly tying things together and his interest in Himamiya. Yeah, we'll see how this lands long term. Oh fuck. Oh, oh no. rightful? But do you have to go after my not ex, I suppose? Yeah. I mean, Juri, I know you're too good for her. I don't know about this asshat, but apparently Juri is close enough to Siri. Let's see. Wakaba. Uh, I don't remember any of the other. Every major character has like a sub character to them. The kid with Nanami, uh, Mickey's sister, whose name I should remember because she's actually got a pretty cool name. Uh, Wait, does Cyanji have one? Because I guess that I guess not. I'm wrong. Damn it. I was gonna say all of these sub characters should go and form their own little group, as all of them I think could hold a compelling drama anime. My God, I didn't know she became a redhead at night. Yeah, yeah. I will say, without the Black Rose stuff actively happening, there's less of a through line going on right now. It was kind of useful, even if I didn't care much for the arc as itself, just because felt like we were kind of doing the same beats of the first arc. Which it seems like we're kind of doing that motion again, so maybe I'll appreciate all of these different character stories more when I've got all of them. That really is what it seemed like at first, is we were going to do these character stories and then we were going to move forward. Rather, we've kind of each one of them appears to have been the first in a three-parter for each of these individual major characters. No, that would be you. I would like to state for the record that I labeled her the worst in one of my video titles prior to this line being said on screen. It is how I feel then and now. Fantastic place. I don't. These dorks every time. With the stupid car gimmick. I'm just waiting for him to like be a little late so his intro looks stupid. Like, where's the car? There's supposed to be a car here. I'm not just posing for no reason. This is some Phineas and Ferb levels of sticking to the formula. It's only happened a few times for me in anything ever where I actively anti-ship somebody. Where it's like, I don't really care who gets together, just not these two! And I'm not. I don't expect that to change. I disinclude the incest people from this calculation, because that should go without saying. Alright, I guess that's two. Being blue haired means you have at least some gumption about you. As much as I love these sequences, I do wish that they were more actual shadow puppetry. Like they went out of their way to do things that could plausibly be shadow puppets rather than just being animations, but the shadows of them. Like one of my there are some amazing shadow puppet artists out there. Like, it is not impossible to tell a really compelling story. Just with some hinge. I mean, I can't do it, but I can't even like angle it right. You think she ever wants to say, "Why do you keep taking off your clothes? You didn't have to do that before." See, that actually is a really badass transformation sequence, and if they'd gone with it first, I would probably like it. But in comparison to where we started, it just seems goofy now. The hell is going on with. I don't think I ever really noticed that the arches make no sense. She's heard that one before. Okay. That scared her more! Like, oh no! He's self-deprecating! He must be unstoppable! God, I would love to see, like, in a crossover series, you know, some of those video games that cross over a bunch of different anime characters, like the jump stars and all that. I would love to see Utena doing her transformation and pulling the sword out, and other people being like, "What did you just do to that girl?" Just no context. As good as the fights are in this, they are completely unconcerned with the actual mechanics of the combat in this show. It is just not really the focus or something that's majorly in their mind. Like, every time Utena's won, it's because the story needs her to win. Like, at the end of the day. And that's almost always the case for any show ever. Not knocking it. But I do think it's a little silly that you have these people who've trained with the sword for years, specifically the sword, even if it's different kinds of swords. And she just keep bodying them every single time. It's actually a really good episode, but I'm just so thoroughly uninterested in Shiori as a character because I'm done with her. We could learn that she fell into a volcano and be like, oh, next. I guess that is the main issue I have is like additive, like outside of perhaps a big moment as happened before where she lost and then regained the Rage Bride an episode later. She can't keep losing. So it's like you've got until maybe the last few episodes before it's plausible it's gonna happen again. That she'll lose. Maybe not so big of an issue when it was first airing. Maybe you didn't know how many episodes there were gonna be, but now it would be a little weird if we had more than one remaining loss on Utena's part as far as the main battles, because yeah, kind of makes a few things predictable. I was not even remotely concerned she was going to lose here because I don't think that's going to happen to a character who just showed up this episode. Next time.